Everyone, Chris from PickDogs.com here with your free weekend morning show. Live, we're here 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, holidays, weekends, you name it, delivering free picks. We're going to try to get every game right here, but if you are looking for our best bets, you can always find those at PickDogs.com, clicking the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. We've got a great show full of awesome cappers today on Sunday. Loaded baseball card. We'll get right into it. Actually, we'll get into it with some USFL with Big Al. Al, how's it going?
Oh, it's okay. How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing well, doing well. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you too, prospectively.
Well, prospectively, got the fur babies. You know, we've still got ton to take around here. Well, I'll talk about my fiance about that. I might get smacked, but either way, that's another discussion for another day. How did Saturday treat you?
I was 1-1. I lost my USFL play. Tough loss. We were covering the first 57 minutes and then blew it in the last three. One in baseball, so 7-1 the last 8 in baseball. No complaints. How'd yours go yesterday?
0-2. It was just one of those things where I've lost all faith in the Pittsburgh Pirates after Mitch Keller and
my old hometown team.
Yeah, and
I was there maybe about a month or so ago, like right when they were at the height, right when Tampa Bay came into town, in that series. And I think Tampa Bay swept them, and that was the start of their, decline. But I was in a taxi cab, and the cab driver was telling me how great the Pirates are going to be, and all that stuff. He was really, feeling their oats or whatever the expression is, and I just knew this was going to happen. I mean, they're the Pirates, so.
Nah, it's okay. I'll get him. I figure I'll get him next time, but yeah, I'm not backing for a little bit. But anyways, got you looking at the USFL today. What do you got for us?
Yeah, a couple of playoff spots will be determined today. The first game, you've got Houston against New Orleans, and the nighttime game is Philadelphia and Michigan. The Gamblers, first to make the playoffs, they have to defeat New Orleans, and they're a 4-point underdog at home. And then they need Philadelphia, which is a 1.5-point favorite in the night game, to defeat Michigan. And that's how Houston can get into the USFL playoffs. Houston did get, they were defeated by New Orleans in the first meeting, 38-31. Houston also comes into this game off a huge blowout loss last week to Birmingham by 23 points. Meanwhile, the Breakers last week, they're off a blowout win. They won against Memphis by 28, 31-3. So you have a team here that is a home dog. They need to make the playoffs by winning this game. They've got revenge. They're off a blowout loss, and their opponent's off a blowout win. And in the USFL, this league's only been in existence this is the second year, but USFL teams now playing with revenge. They're 15-4. ATS is an underdog or pick 'em last 19. And then USFL underdogs off a point spread loss. They've gone 11-5 ATS versus opponents off a point spread win. And then also similarly, underdogs off losses by more than a touchdown. They've gone 15-6 ATS in this league. So I'm going to take the 4 points with the home dog Gamblers and look to get the cash. I think it's going to be a tight game. I also think it's going to be a low scoring game as well.
Yeah, you've got me betting the USFL now, and I was actually leaning towards Houston going into this game. There with you. I just think it's ironic they switch up the playoff format because of all the parity in the USFL, and then the first team in the other division has a sub 500 record, while 3 teams in this division have winning records. So it's it's a little bit. It was a little bit confusing, a little bit of a head scratcher.
What was the playoff format in the first season? I thought it was the same thing.
Was it? I thought I read that it was that they switched it to the top 2 teams in each division. Was it?
They may have. It could be that it just also worked out that way.
Yeah.
Last year, I mean, I know the semifinal game was New Orleans against Birmingham, and then New Jersey. I want to say they played Philly. Or who did Philly play in this? Yeah, it may have just worked out that way by coincidence last year as well. Maybe they did switch it.
But either way, it's supposed to be a league for parity, and you got a losing record that's going to win the other division. So.
Yeah, I mean, the XFL has this format as well. Where it's the top 2 from each division.
Were you happy with the XFL in its debut season, or?
I mean, I've talked about it before. I mean, I think these two leagues, it's garbage.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nobody in the stands. I don't think it's great football. Just my opinion.
Just there to tide us over until the NFL.
Just there to
in
bet
college
on.
football.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got Al and the Houston Gamblers plus the points. Al, what do you got over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
I've got one play today. I've got baseball, looking for my 8th baseball winner out of the last 9. And that's what I've got.
Well, even one play, that must mean it's the one that Al really likes on the board. So definitely head on over. Pick Dogs Premium. Scoop it up. Once you profit, I have a strong feeling that you will. Head on, get something long term with Al, and it's the best value. It's the best way to maximize your output there. But
thanks, Chris.
I appreciate you hopping on, and we'll
happy Father's Day to all the other handicappers here.
Yes, happy Father's Day as well. Happy Father's Day to you, Al, and take care. We'll see you soon.
Thanks, Chris. Good luck to you.
Thanks. Good luck. Al McMorty, always love talking with Al, and even if it's USFL, he's got me into USFL this season as well. So we'll move on. Live on location, we've got Jay Briggs. Jay, how's it going?
Yo, what's going on, fellas?
Got any motion sickness yet, or are you doing okay?
Nah, I'm good. No motion sickness. I'm good, man.
How's the cruise been so far? I know you and I were talking about it sort of behind the scenes. And
it's cool, man. It's a lot of fun. Lot to do. I realized that sports gambling is my gamble. Casino gambling, not really. Slots and the tables kind of got me. But I'm going to get it back today. Betting sports, what I love to do.
All right. Well, speaking of, we got lots of MLB on the schedule today. What do you got for us?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I know the Dodgers have been pretty terrible recently, losing 3 of their last 4, and they got absolutely smashed yesterday, 15-0. And the San Francisco Giants, they're red hot right now. They are. But I think if there's a guy that's going to slay the Giant, it's going to be Gonsolin for the Dodgers. I think he has a great outing today. He's only really had one stinker this year. I don't think he has another one today. I think he has a very solid outing. Logan Webb on the other side, he's been solid for the Giants, but I think the Dodgers shake it today. I really do. I think we're getting them at a great price as well. I'm going to just take me a shot with the Dodgers. I think they snapped this little losing streak and end the Giants winning streak that they got going on behind Gonsolin.
Yeah, I was let me switch it up here. Yeah, I was on I was on the Dodgers with you before that little shellacking last night, but I think I still got to stick with him. Gonsolin's been so good at home, like a sub-2 ERA. Webb looking more like the pitcher that started the year struggling, giving up. I think he gave 4 runs in each of his first 4 starts, and he's given up 10 in his last 3. So, yeah, I'm with you here on the Dodgers, but definitely not as strong as I was on it earlier yesterday after that beatdown. But yeah, I think that gives him a little bit of extra motivation against a rival. So.
Yeah, I love the bounce back spot. It's one of my favorite spots really in all sports. I know a lot of people don't believe in it. I believe in it a lot. And after getting smashed like that yesterday and with, one of the better pitchers in the league on the mound, if there is a spot to bounce back today, let's get it done, Dodgers, man. I need some of that Al Niños luck today.
No, I don't know if you have a Dodgers t-shirt you can put on, but maybe we can.
Yeah, I know. Al might have to send me one.
Yeah, he might send you one. See if you can find it where you are. But anyways, we got Jay on the Dodgers here. Jay, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I got 2 plays for sale today. I got my $19 MLB play of the day, man. I've been red hot in Major League Baseball this season, trying to keep it rolling. Had a losing day yesterday, 1-2, but we'll get back on track today. So you can scoop up my favorite play, $19, or hop on something long term, man. The units speak for themselves, and let's continue making some money here at Pick Dogs.
Yeah, I can't disagree with any of that. Jay has been on fire so far this baseball season, so make sure you hop on over pickdogs.com. Get those best bets, and once you profit today, roll it forward into a long-term pass. Get the best possible value. But Jay, thanks for hopping on. Appreciate you hopping on location, and enjoy the rest of your trip. And we'll see you back on the weekend show. We'll also see you on the drive-through throughout the week.
Yes, sir. See y'all on the drive-through throughout the week. Missing my jam session. I got to figure something out, and then I'll see y'all soon on some of these weekend shows a little more. So talk to y'all soon.
Yeah, Jay and I have talked about splitting up hosting duties, and maybe even Jay taking over the lead role on some of these. So Yeah, I'm sure you're definitely going to be seeing him a little bit more. We got to give him something to do. Jam session, it's coming back in October, I think. So yeah, we'll find something for Jay. But
We'll find something.
yeah, we will. All right, Jay. Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your trip.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Yeah, happy Father's Day, everyone. All right, thanks, Jay. Appreciate it. All right, Jay Briggs. Appreciate it. It was hard for me when I was on vacation. Can only imagine how much Jay's been running around. But anyways, we'll move on and bring on Mitch. It's weird, a little bit of weird setup. Usually Mitch is in the hosting duties, but hand it over to me for the weekend. Mitch, how's it going?
It's going well. Yeah, I'm handing over the hosting duties for the weekend, at least in the foreseeable future. If there's a need for me to come back, I can always come back, but I'll still be on plenty. You guys know I do tons of videos every single day. I do, I go as guests on these live shows. And of course, before you know it, Jay Briggs and I will be tearing up those NFL halftime shows as well. We're just adding a lot of new things here at Pick Dog. So it's like, it's time for me to move back into the manager role. The last 2 years since the restart, after the pandemic, I've been in a content grind, and Chris has been on that train with me, and he knows, I don't just sit there and watch everybody else do the work. I kind of, I'm right in it with everybody else. David Racy will tell you the same thing. And I think I've gotten a little distance from portions of it. So felt like a little bit fragmented out. I feel like I've gotten really good on the video side and gotten us off to where we want to be, the direction that we want to head. We're just getting started on video, but the direction is clear. And now we can go from here and start to split things off. Don't worry, Jay, we've got plenty for you to do, and we'll have plenty for you as always. But I want to go back and kind of look at what we're doing on the websites now and get a little bit more involved there, get involved with what we're doing with the Dime Club and some of the other offerings that we're thinking about bringing forward to during the football season, college basketball season, NBA season, offering Dime Club packages that kind of add on to that. And then also handicapper packages that kind of fit into that Dime Club mold, not for all handicappers, but for some that will want to, that where it fits. It's like, it doesn't fit for everybody, but for some people it fits. We're just going to figure out something for everybody. And, we're going to blow this thing up. Yeah. I can't do everything. So, having Chris and Jay step in on the weekends is good. I'm also off Temptation Island, Chris. I just need you to know that. I fell asleep during bonfire. 16 of the sluttiest women on the planet trying to get 4 guys to bend. And then, of course, on the other side of the island, you got 16 man whores trying to get these women to step out of line. Just wasn't enough to keep me interested for a 5th season. I went 4 seasons in. I enjoyed the journey, but I'm not there for all the right reasons anymore. So I'm gonna have to leave Temptation Island, at least for a season as well.
It's like I don't even know you anymore.
Yeah, it was a tough decision to make. It's been an incredible journey. I was definitely there for all the right reasons, but I just think right now that when I fell asleep during the bonfire the other night, it just showed me that maybe the women just weren't hoary enough this year and slutty enough to get the job done, and maybe the man whores just weren't as convincing.
You have to do what's best for you. I think that's the most important thing. So if that's the way you feel, then maybe Temptation Island just isn't for you.
It's just where I'm at right now, emotionally.
Yeah, I understand. On the journey of self-discovery, self-growth. But I should have seen this one coming. What do you got on the board for us today?
I'm gonna go to go to Washington. As the old saying goes, knock knock. Who's there? Jesus. Jesus who? Jesus Luzardo's gonna mop the floor with the Nationals today. He's gonna kick their ass. Thing about Jesus is he's far from perfect. He's a lot like us, but you know what he does? He bounces off those bad performances like no one's business. Patrick Corbin. The thing about Corbin is I actually feel that he's not nearly as bad as the joke we've seen in recent years. So I've been actually on Corbin a little bit more than usual this season, but what we're starting to see in this, though, is that the Marlins are a real team now. And with this pitching staff, it makes up for a lot of their offensive inefficiencies. And what we'll start to see is they will start to make some decisions around these starting pitchers. And this just, they're growing them on trees in Miami. And they will start to do it if they get the right price. We saw them trade Pablo Lopez. They got a rise for him. It's going to take trades like this. They set the tone. It's like, you want a guy like Lopez? No problem. We're going to need your very best player in the American League batting champion to get one. That's what it's going to take. And I think that we're going to see at the trade deadline that some of these other teams are going to be willing to trade guys like this to get pitchers like this for the future. I think the St. Louis Cardinals are probably at the point where they have to make a decision if they're going to be buyers or sellers. And I think that guys like Arenado, and I think some of those young outfielders that they're getting healthy in the outfield, the Cardinals, and they have a lot of outfielders that they could deal. There's a lot of primetime players out there that are going to be available on the trade block, and I think the Marlins are going to eat them up. I like the direction that the Nationals have gone. They've done a lot of the same things that I'm talking about that the Marlins are doing. Traded Trey Turner, Max Scherzer, but signing Corbin and Strasburg has kind of set them back a little bit. But still, you can see the growth of this organization, and you can see these guys going in the right direction. I just think here they're up against a Marlins team that's too much. And, of course, with Jesus Luzardo with his ass-kicking shoes on, probably not going to get off to a great start in this game. I look for Jesus to kick some royal ass here. Knock, knock. Who's there? Ain't good news for the Nationals. That's who. Anyways, I'm taking the Marlins.
Yeah, I think that's a great point about trading away the starting pitcher. It's not like, the Marlins, they traded away Pablo Lopez, who I think was the weak link anyways. He was always, I shouldn't say weak link, but always going to be the odd man out. And you still got guys like, who's it, Max Meyer, that's still coming back from Tommy
Sixto.
John.
They got tons of guys still coming in the pipeline. And tons of guys that we've seen just glimpses of that have gone back to the minors. So it's not that the Marlins are unwilling to deal. It's just they're not in a rush to deal. So it's going to take, it's going to take the right guy. They're not going to take your old crusty veteran with the $50 million contract.
Yeah.
It's going to be your young up and comer that fits their system. And it's like, and if you don't want to do it, they're fine to sit there, 14 deep on their starting pitching rotation.
And you also get almost a 400 hitter back in our eyes. I mean, it almost feels like a heist of the century, almost like trading Gomber for Arenado or Goldschmidt for Luke Weaver. But
I see Eric in the green room, and don't let him try and talk you back onto the island either. I think this is a good time for us all to take a season off. Yeah. Temptation Island. Yeah, well, we put in the time, Chris. We were there through the pandemic.
Yes. Yeah, we were the ones covering Madden simulated football, but
we were also covering Temptation Island, and the thing was that they were shooting it right down the street from my house, and they were like, "Let's do a protest that they're shooting Temptation Island during the pandemic." I swear, 2 people showed up, and one of them was me. I was walking the dog past there. So it's like, I'm telling you.
The other one was probably the one that didn't make Temptation Island.
Yeah, you got to be there for all the right reasons. You got to embrace the journey, and I can't do it. I just got too much on my plate.
Yeah, I understand that feeling. But we've got Mitch on the Marlins here. Mitch, what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
We got so much going on at Pick Dogs. We've got my $19 big play. I've won my last 3 in a row, and I think 4 of my last 5. I've got a 3-pack, and then of course we've got the Pick Dogs Dime Club. I think everybody, whether you think it's for you or not, call the toll-free number. Find out, what's the worst thing that could happen. You say, you know what? I'll just go back to the same premium picks that Mitch is betting anyway, or Chris is betting, or everybody else. All the cappers here bet their own premium picks, but the Dime Club is like, this is for the people that don't want to do their own handicapping, that are playing, big bankrolls, and just want a few plays a day to work with. And I think but there's other products there too, where if you want more plays, if you're you want all underdog plays, but we're gonna have even more products coming into the fall, and I'm sure Eric's going to talk about that as well. And if not today, well, I'm sure we could cut him off. He'll still be talking about it even after he's off the air. I don't know who will be telling it to, but he'll be telling it to somebody. He's definitely king of the filibuster. It's funny because it's like you got you and him on the same show. It's like it could literally be a 24-hour programming. You guys can both filibuster and ball hog like no one's business.
Easy. All right, I'll let it.
No, you are a ball hog, man. It's like I offered you up the weekend show. You're like, yes, ball hog. Rod will tell you. Rod's like, you're a ball. It's like when I announced that I was doing David Racy with Rod. That's because Chris is a ball hog.
Well, it's fine. Just you keep handing to me. I'll run for 304 touchdowns. That's all I'll say.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna let everybody else get a chance to speak. Enjoyed it, Chris, and I'll be on here sporadically. I won't be on every single week or every single show. I just thought with Father's Day there'd probably be a lighter crowd than there actually is. But, anyways, appreciate everyone. Jay Briggs popping in from the cruise, and Big Al. We know his kids were gonna come storming into the room at any second. Surprised that the dog wasn't there. What's his name again? What's the dog? Walter, yeah. It's like it's crazy because my memory is like shot now. Normally I would have rolled right off. Anyways, thanks, Chris. We'll see you later.
Appreciate it, Mitch. Thanks. I love having Mitch on, even if we do see each other 6-7 days a week. I'll never get tired of it. But anyways, it's been waiting long enough. We'll bring on David Racy. David, how's it going?
Not bad, not bad. I like hearing the Temptation Island reviews. That's some good content right there.
Never seen an episode. Don't tell him that. No,
well, you played it off well. If that's
you know case. What, they're all the same though. That's the problem is that you can watch one. It's almost like you've watched all of them before. I mean,
but I do appreciate that he was watching for all the right reasons.
He says that. He says that. Whether or not that's actually true, that's another story. But how do we fall into temptation on? I stick on my Netflix stuff, even it's terrible TV.
Horrible.
Yeah, but we still watch.
Yep.
But speaking of stuff that's been horrible, but we still watch, the Chicago Cubs. You're looking at against the Baltimore Orioles. What do you got for us here?
Yeah, I'm looking at the Cubs O's today, and I like the over in this one. Chicago, while they have struggled over the full season, the record's not the greatest. They come in on a 5-game winning streak, and they've been hitting the ball very well. They've scored 40 runs in those 5 games, and they're facing Dean Kramer for the Orioles. And he's been inconsistent this year. He's hasn't had the best numbers. He's allowed 17 hits over his last 2 starts. I see the Cubs getting plenty of men on base, plenty of scoring opportunities. And the over is only 8.5. So, getting a few runs from each team, not much to ask for here. When you look at Baltimore, they have a very dangerous offensive attack. The issue with them is they go inconsistent, as we saw in the first couple games in this series. But it is hard to keep that lineup in check for a full 3-game series. It also helps that they're facing Jameson Taillon. I don't know how to pronounce it, but he hasn't been great either. He's allowed 4 earned runs or more in 3 of his last 5 starts. Both of these pitchers have elevated whips. And I think this goes over the total. And then you look at some trends. Baltimore has gone over in they're 3-1-1 in their last 5 road games going over, and the over's 5-1 in Chicago's last 6 games. So, like I said, Chicago's been mashing the ball. I think they beat up on Kramer, and the Orioles will get their offense going today. And that over 8.5 is what I'm rolling with.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you. This is one game I was looking at for an over as soon as I saw it on the card, especially with Taillon pitching. I mean, dude was getting bombed away in May. I think he had a double-digit ERA. Still got the ERA up over 7 at home this season. And I think if you were looking for the Cubs to keep that streak going and get the sweep, you'd probably want to see Dean Kramer on the other side. I mean, 4.74 ERA, like you said. Last time he was out on the road, gave up 6 runs over 5 innings. So, yeah, I don't know where this offense has suddenly come for the Chicago Cubs, but if you're a Cubs fan, I don't necessarily see anybody complaining about it, especially against the Orioles.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Just like I said, in the last 5 games, 40 runs and 10, 11, they're putting up huge numbers. And yeah, I think this one goes again. Like you said, the pitching matchup is just not, it's great for overbettors, but yeah, it's not great overall. And but this Orioles offense, I love this Orioles team. I don't know why I'm drawn to them, but I love them. They're exciting. They don't pitch very well, but they hit. They can hit when they're on. When they're on, they're smashing the ball. That lineup hits from top to bottom.
Yeah, it just feels like a team that's been homegrown for the most part. I mean, didn't have any big money signings that they really went out and got.
Yeah,
they brought in Adley Rutschman, Gunnar Henderson. What was their biggest signing? Ryan O'Hearn. I mean.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, but you're right. They're they're homegrown, and I think that's what makes them easy to like. They didn't go out and just throw a bunch of money at someone.
Yeah.
I'm hoping my Tigers can take a roadmap from them, but God, they're such a lost team. It's not even funny.
Nah, you just gotta get guys like Casey Mize back. Matt Manning's got to get there consistently.
I still can't believe the Tigers are starting Nick Maton on a regular basis, batting 155. I mean, come on. Come on.
There's been some head scratchers, but I think it's just par for the course. I think it's just something you gotta
just swallow.
Suffer through. Yeah.
Chris Ilitch, the owner, came on and like a couple of years ago, it was like the rebuild's over. It's like the rebuild is just beginning. It's so sad.
You say it's over. It's over. The first year of the rebuild is over.
Yeah. Oh, brutal. But yeah, I back to this game. I like the over. I honestly don't even think it'll even be close. I think both teams could easily score 5-6 runs in this matchup.
Yeah, I think this could actually get over by the first 5. But anyways, got David here on the over between the Orioles and the Cubs. What do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Yeah, over at Pick Dogs Premium, I have my MLB 5-pack. That starts this afternoon and it ends with Sunday Night Baseball. So day full of winners. And then if you want to buy some of those plays individually, those are offered up as well. I've had a solid baseball season. Had up and down last 9 or 10 days or so, but last couple of days have been much better and back on the winning track. Join me for the day or head on over and join me for a long term because that's where the value's at. That's where you get the better bang for your buck.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't have put it better myself. Just you take the profits from today, roll it over into a long-term pass. It's the best way to go. Best way to maximize your purchase and stretch your dollar out over here at Pick Dogs. Those long-term passes. But David, appreciate you popping on, helping me out, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and we'll see you throughout the week.
Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Have a good one.
You too. Take care. Love talking with David Racy. I think that might have been our first time actually doing a live show together. Could be wrong. Maybe it might have been our second. My memory's a blur at this point when we're only 2 months into baseball season. Even during the slow period, I kind of lose my mind. But I guess we'll bring on Al Ninos next. Al, how's it going?
Oh, pretty good. How are you doing, Tom? Chris.
I thought I heard Tom for a second there. I was like, who's Tom? I have no idea.
No, I was about to go Tony. Sorry. Yeah, that's the drive-through reflex.
Nah, you're good. You're good. No, I know. You see Tony T a lot more than I do. So I'll allow it this one time, but next time you're getting. No, I'm kidding. Great day of baseball action today. Happy Father's Day. I know. Excited for the baseball card today.
Thanks, Chris. Yes, always excited for most baseball cards. I think there's a couple days ago where I really didn't like one much at all, but still survived that one. And thanks for the happy Father's Day to everyone else as well. All the fathers out there watching and handicapping with us. Anyways, back to the show. Gonna get into our game.
Yeah. What do you got for us today?
Going to be looking at the White Sox in Seattle here. Pitching matchup's going to be Lance Lynn, who's having a very rough season here for the White Sox, going up against Bryce Miller, who's got a lot of potential in him, but he came out and we've seen him get hit in 2 of his last 3 starts. He's come out, had pretty rough outings. And the White Sox, it's not just Lance Lynn that's been struggling. It's pretty much their whole pitching staff. Tim Anderson left yesterday's game, but it sounds like that's not too serious of an injury, and he should be back today. Keep an eye out for that one, though. And the total should maybe drop a little bit if he's out. And again, it's a baseball total, so it's not going to go too crazy. But again, something to watch for there. And I would really lean towards Seattle if he doesn't play. I mean, this team's he hasn't done particularly well since his last day off, but again, he's still a good player, and it's only a matter of time until he turns it around. But again, leaning heavily on the Mariners here. If he's out, they have the big edge with the bullpen as well. But where we're going today is the over here. As I mentioned, Lance Lynn struggles. The White Sox bullpen struggles. I think this number is just too low. Don't have to worry about the weather in this dome stadium, and I think it goes over.
Yeah, I think that the Mariners could probably get to this over themselves. I'm not going to lie. Lance Lynn's been terrible, but it may have to see more than one start from from Bryce Miller to see that he's fully back. I mean, Got to remember, this is a guy that before his last start, where he actually was, I think it was 6 innings of 1-run ball. I think he'd given up 15 runs in the two starts prior. So I think the White Sox could contribute a few runs here. But yeah, I think this is the Mariners take it out on Lance Lynn. So I'm right there with you. But what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Got 5 plays all baseball. I got a 3-pack. I got my $19 Grand Slam, which is not included in that 3-pack, and then I got my late play, which is also not included in the 3-pack. So again, your best way to go is always one of those long-term or 2-for-1 capper passes if you want all the action.
Yeah, Al's 100% right. Best way to go is long-term, especially if you want to. Excuse me. Excuse me. I don't know what's going wrong with me today. If you want all of Al's action today, best way to go is long term. With a lot of us, if you want all the action, a lot of times those long term passes are the same price or within a few bucks of buying each package individually. So, and you get a couple extra days worth of action. So it's definitely worth looking into. And even if you go with just a daily package with Al, you just take those profits and roll them into something long term to get the best possible value and best return on your investment. But Al, thanks for coming on. Appreciate you popping on. And we'll see you throughout the week, and we'll probably see you on next weekend shows as well.
All right. Thanks again for hosting us, Chris. We'll see you next week.
All right. Appreciate it, Al. Take care.
All right, see you.
Al Ninos. Always love having Al on. Even if we rib him a little bit, we always love having him on. But we'll slide in next. We'll bring on Rod Zawacki, fellow puck dog. Rod, how's it going?
Going good. How about yourself?
Just another Sunday, another day of paradise. Just another baseball day to roll through until we can start getting into college football, NFL. I know you enjoy that as much as I do. I know you enjoy CFL too. So
yeah, but there's a game today, so your home team's playing. So
is it
Toronto Argonauts are taking on Hamilton.
I live across the street from the stadium, and I had no idea. Oh boy!
Yeah. Literally, your home team's playing right across the street from you today. You're taking on Toronto.
Yeah. And it's a rivalry game. I don't know if I'll be able to leave the house today. That's not the traffic. No. I will tell you, as much as it's as much as the small area around the stadium here, the traffic like anywhere. Terrible, because there's only like one street in and around every stadium. I'm like literally right across the street. So yeah, it's
and hype is real with your new quarterback you got from Calgary. So with old Levi coming to town for Hamilton, and the defending champs in Toronto owning the Grey Cup coming to town. And I think it's gonna be is it nice out today? Is it nice and sunny there?
It's sunny. I haven't checked what the actual like the heat's gonna be like, but yeah, it's sunny so far. Yeah, so
then the game will go. It's a night game too, so it'll be. It's kind of funny. Usually these Sunday CFL games they put during the day. Yeah. So they've decided that they should put them early in the season on Sunday night at a 5 p.m. start. More people might tune in to watch the CFL game because there's nothing else on.
Oh boy! Well, now I'm looking outside. And I'm like, oh yeah, I start to see people walking around already in their Ticats jerseys. So. But
tailgating.
No,
I like Toronto today, by the way. I'm gonna go against your hometown team, and I'm gonna go take the Argos and take the defending champs.
That's okay. Points. That's okay. I can't argue that. I mean, but yeah, my brain is scrambled now after finding out that information. So, Rob, what do you got going on for us today with the MLB action?
MLB action, we're going to go to the Rockies taking on the Braves here. I know tough spot here. You look, the Braves have been rolling right along. Winners of 5 straight. But the last time the Braves got a loss, their buddy Charlie Morton was pitching in that game. He got the start. And you look, he's 2-3 with a 4.64 ERA, with a 1.45 whip. Definitely hasn't been the bright spot for these Braves. He, as I said, the last time the Braves got a loss was when he started. And look at the other side of the mound, you got Chase Anderson going for the Rockies, and he actually hasn't been too bad. Still looking for his first official win of the season, but in his starts, the Rockies are 4-2 in his last 6 starts of the season here, and he's been pitching not too bad. So you look, sure, the Rockies have been beat down in the first 3 games of this series. It hasn't even been pretty in some of these. But with Morton on the mound, I think the Rockies have a chance to. They're batting pretty good against the righties, and I think they got a chance here to pile up some runs and at least salvage one win and not get swept in the series. You look at the Braves in Game 4 of a series this season after following it up with a win. They 0-1 in that Game 4 in Game 4 of a series after winning the first 3. So you know what? I'm going to take a shot here with the Rockies. I'm going to take the +1.5. I think the Rockies can keep it close. If you want, you can probably take that +2.5. It might be at about a -120, -130 I've seen in some places. But I like the +1.5. I think the Rockies can keep it a one-run game, especially with Morton on the mound going. I think the Rockies here plus the on the run line here.
Yeah, like you said, it hasn't been pretty. Was it? Let me see here, 26-6 in the first 3 games of this series, but. Yeah, I was with you on the +1.5 even before that ugly beatdown loss in Game 3, and I can hear it in the background. My dogs are barking, so that's probably a good sign as well. Whenever
that's a great sign when you hear the dog in the background barking. He's with us. He's like, "Yeah, take the doggy."
Yeah, exactly. But
because who wants to lay -300 with Morton? I'm not laying -300 with Morton. No,
I didn't want to lay -300 with Bryce Elder. I didn't want to lay. I'm not looking to lay -300 with Charlie Morton. So yeah, I'm with you here on the Rockies plus the 1.5. But what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
And over at Pick Dogs Premium, I've got 2 plays going. I've got my $19 bookie bomb. We've hit the last 3 of those, and on a nice 16-7 run, the last 23 of those. So head on over, scoop it up. That's been a cash machine for us. Also have one bonus play for those that are on the long term. We've had 3 straight winning days off a nice 2-0 sweep yesterday. Looking to continue that. Nice 5-2 weekend so far. So definitely having a nice weekend. Looking to end the weekend strong. Only 2 plays on the board. Not enamored with today's card, but I got 2 plays that definitely absolutely love. Use that promo code PICK at checkout. And definitely check out that 2-for-1 capper deal. That's your best deal going, where you get 2 heads always better than 1. So head on over to Pick Dogs Premium. Scoop it up. Let's have a nice winning day to end the weekend. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day, Dad.
Yeah, absolutely. Best way to go is checking out a long-term pass. Even if you get just Rod's daily pass, you profit with that. You move on to a long-term pass. Definitely best way to maximize your investment, get the best bang for your buck with it. But Rod, appreciate you popping on and helping me out. And we'll see you throughout the week. I know I'll see you tomorrow when we do the morning show. But throughout the week and on the drive-through as well.
Definitely. Good luck with all your bets today. Smash that like button. Costs you nothing. Helps us out a ton. We appreciate everybody. We'll see everybody tomorrow morning. See you tomorrow morning as well, Chris.
I'll see you, Rod. Take care. Have a good one. Rod on the weekend show. Love having Rod on. Love talking shop. And we may not always agree, but we definitely have a good time even when we're on the other side. But anyways, bringing Wayne Scott down to our last couple cappers here. Wayne, how's it going?
What's going on, Chris? What's going on, Pick Dog family?
Doing well. Had a decent. How'd your day go yesterday?
I went 2-2 yesterday, so minus about $40. Nothing too crazy, but definitely looking to get back on this winning side today. Love this card a lot more than yesterday, and just ready for it.
Yeah, definitely. I like the play you got here. What do you got? What do you got going on for us? Let's give it to everybody.
Yeah, see, we got a bunch of overs today, and I actually like that White Sox over from Al too. But I'm going to the game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Brewers, and I'm on the over 8.5 in this one. Ortiz and Peralta. Ortiz has been pretty bad on the season. His last outing was a 3-11 loss to the Cubs, and his last 2, he's 0-2. He has a 6.7 ERA and a 2.1 WHIP. He's just been very bad in these away game spots. He hasn't done great on the road. On the other side of it, we got Peralta. Peralta is actually, as far as his ERA and his WHIP goes, it actually isn't too bad. But Peralta's problem is he's giving up a lot of home runs. He's giving them up in a bad situation. Pirates normally bounce back. They lost 0-5 in these games where I've seen them only score the 0-2 range. They're a team that comes back swinging pretty good in those games where they struggle to score, which they did last game. Both of these teams aren't batting righties too strong, but with these pitchers up today, I think they have no problems getting into the 4 or 5 range and knocking us over that 8.5. Also, Pirates are 11-4 to the over after they lost. So like I say, they come back with the bats pretty strong. Whether they win the game or not, they come back swinging. And with Ortiz on the mound, I think the Brewers can get close to this over by their dang self if he comes out like he's been coming out prior. So give me the over 8.5 in this one. And not to mention the bullpens from both of these teams aren't too hot right now.
Yeah, I'm with you. Like I said, I love this over. I'm done with the Pirates after yesterday, after not even getting off the bus with Mitch Keller pitching. And for the Brewers, well, Freddie Peralta, I'm with you. I like backing him at home, but just gave up 4 runs at home in 5 innings to the Oakland A's. This to me screams like an over. I think gave up 10 runs, I think, in a home start not that long ago against the Giants as well. Only 4 of them were earned, but still. He's giving up runs left and right. And like you said, the bullpens, I think Milwaukee's one of the more overrated bullpens in Major League Baseball. So, I'm with you. I love this over. I think it's a great one for today. But what do you got going on over at Pick Dogs Premium today?
Today I got 6 plays, so I got 2 3-packs for you guys. All my plays are for sale, and I have my best bet out there for you guys today. Looking to bounce back and have a nice little winning day. 4-2 at very least, hoping for a good 5-1, 6-0 day. Really loving all these plays. Like I said, I really like this card today. And you guys hop right on over there. If you guys believing in me for the day, get something long term, you can pair me up with these guys for our 2-for-1 handicappers. Always use that promo code PICK so you can save some bucks while you're buying these picks. And let's go ahead and cash for this weekend. Like some of the guys mentioned, happy Father's Day. I'm ready to go eat my Father's Day breakfast, and one of my Father's Day plans are for them to let me go so I can go to the casino. They don't have to bug me when I'm trying to get to the casino. So
Smart man. That's all I can say. But like Wayne said, the best way to go, get a daily pass. I've said it all show, but I'll continue to say it. The best way to go is long term. Once you profit today with the daily pass, if that's the way you go, hop on a long term pass. No Wayne's been killing it. He was on the 7-day leaderboard, 30-day leaderboard. Been crushing it. Long term success is key as well. So definitely make sure you jump on something over at Pick Dogs Premium. But Wayne, thanks for coming on. Happy Father's Day. I appreciate you jumping on with me, and we'll see you throughout the week, and we'll see you on next weekend shows as well.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, Chris, and y'all take care out there, Pick Dog family. Let's get it today. Take care, Wayne. See you. Wayne Scott on the weekend show. Appreciate having Wayne on, popping on, and he's gonna go enjoy his Sunday. And before we get to my pick, gotta bring on one more one more guest on the show, Eric Pathy. Eric, how's it going?
What's going on, buddy? I just want to tell everybody, as you see, I am celebrating in full regalia. We're ready. I wear this shirt every year. This is how I know I'm in shape. I've been wearing this shirt for the last 7 years. I only wear it once a year, and if I can still fit, then I know I'm all right.
Yeah, see, I tell my fiance that I ask her if she thinks I'm in shape, and she says, "Well, round is a shape." That's all I get from her. I said, "Okay, well, all right, you know what? At least she still keeps me on my toes. She still keeps me sharp." But look at that play you gave out yesterday on the video. The Royals, doesn't matter how they got there. They just matters what they did.
So again, I actually prefer you hit me off on the back side, about the weight. I actually love listening to everybody prior, because yesterday was a perfect example of not being a fan and only being a bettor.
Yeah.
I just checked the score. I'm a cyclist. I'm on the bike. I'm like 40 miles into a ride. I see they're getting crushed. I'm like, oh, they're going to lose 11 in a row. I'll just bet them again tomorrow. And then next thing I know, I get all these texts from these clients. Man, did you see the end of the game? Did you see the end? And I'm just showing them pictures of trees in the forest. I'm like, I'm not looking, man. I don't care how they arrived. But it goes back to the exhilarating part of betting, which if you're somebody involved in that matchup, either, there's 2 sides to every coin. Somebody blew that game and lost, and somebody won that game. If you find that exhilarating, great. It's just not my thing, because that is the reason why I don't watch, if that makes any sense, because I don't believe any game is ever over till it's over.
Yeah.
I've seen too many guys pass post in the 7th inning, the 8th inning, the 9th inning. And for me, it's just, like I said, I'll say it over and over again. I was talking to a professional bettor this morning. He said, regarding baseball betting, handicappers are obsessed with pitchers. Wise guys are obsessed with price. I said, he says, handicappers are obsessed with pitchers. They'll talk about pitchers. Wise guys are obsessed with price, which is why this particular guy, off air, private guy, what is he betting today? Well, easy. He's betting Colorado, because every professional syndicate will never lay 300. There is something in the betting business, and that's the complimentary selection, is that you auto bet, you fade anything minus 300 or higher. You just go to the board. There's no handicap. I don't care the pitcher. Minus 320, you just go the other way. That's it. And then if you can get plus 1.5 plus money, maybe you split the bet. But coming from a don't worry about the pitcher, worry about the price. You can give me every reason in the world why Atlanta should win their 6th game in a row. He doesn't care. He's looking at the opportunity of, why would I lay $320 to win 100?
That's a very good point.
Are you a big chalk bettor yourself? I haven't. I was going to add. I'm just curious. Like, will you lay a price like that?
Not on the money line, but I'll sometimes take lay runs and minor odds, as long as I can get a heavy favorite down to a decent sized price. But yeah, no, I mean that's a great way of looking at it. As if you can any way to maximize any sort of value, I'm with you on that one. But,
and again. It's funny because Mitch and I have talked about the whole 10-game thing. They hit that 10th game. It almost looked like we were going to lose 11. Boom, it gets snapped.
Yep.
Your major streaks right now, Cincinnati won 7 in a row. San Fran has won 6 in a row. Atlanta's won 5 in a row. The Cincinnati game is, getting long. The Cincinnati team is getting long in the tooth. And this is what I always tell people. If you're going to handicap, and again, I'm not a handicapper, look at the price and look at the streak. And ask yourself, does that make sense? Since he's won 7 in a row, they're getting 30 cents.
Yeah.
So what they're actually doing is they're enticing you to bet Houston, and they're going to keep increasing the odds because they realize Cincinnati is overperforming. So that's why I go back to price versus pitching, because again, the pitcher's not going to be in it. Are you a big first 5 inning guy or no?
I can be. Are you? I don't know. Are you?
I mean, 40? I basically say if you're going to pitch, if you even mention a pitcher, it better only be a first 5 play, because it's really irrelevant. And this is what I've been saying this for 30 years. Would you bet a football game if you knew that they were going to pull out Brady in the beginning of the 4th quarter?
No, that's fair. That's a fair point.
I mean, that's in essence what you're doing when you're handicapping a pitcher, which is why, like I said, I just don't buy into the whole pitching nonsense. To me, this is again a non-handicapping, analytical, non-emotional point of view that, again, doesn't take anything away from the good work, the leaderboards on the site, the people that are rocking and rolling and making money. Look, I'll be honest. You go to my premium, I can't win a game on the site. Like I'm so used to betting games 1 hour before game time that I'm dealing with guys that I'm going to start buying picks on the site to get guys and put them on my premium. I mean, I literally, no matter what I do, it's very frustrating. But what it also shows me is why for years I've been, and again, I'll have my runs like everybody has their runs.
Yeah.
But for years, this is why I've always been the right before game time, right up to the game time. Late is great. And, again, and that's what Mitch was talking about with the Dime Club, which is, it's not for everybody. A lot of people need to bet it and forget it and get on with their day. I understand that completely. But some people are okay with waiting 45 minutes to an hour before a game starts. I got to ask you a question unrelated to sports. I'm really interested in this. What is your favorite rooftop view? So I've done the Park Hyatt in Toronto. And then my goal is each time I go, I hit a different rooftop. So you're there. You got to give me your favorite rooftop.
I'm scared of heights, so I don't do rooftops very well. I'll be honest with you.
And you're in the city of rooftop.
I know, but you know what? I like living at the top. I like living at the top of the leaderboard. It's the only rooftop view I like. So
great answer.
Yeah. So do you have a free pick for everybody today?
Yeah. So the free pick is I'm going with the Colorado Rockies plus the 250. And again, this is how books make their money. Look at that spread, -320 plus 250. People always ask me when you're betting dogs, how can you make more money? Shop for a 10-cent line, shop for a 5-cent line, maybe negotiate if you're a high roller with the bookmakers and see if you can get better odds. I'm assuming in Canada, because again, there's sites like 365 and other sites that aren't available in the United States. I don't know. Are your odds 10 cents, 20 cents? Is the spread as big as it is in the legal sports books here in the United States?
Yep. Still as anyone. I find they're pretty much uniform across the board.
So Colorado Rockies is the complimentary selection. I do have one play posted on the premium page. Again, no handicapping on the Colorado. It's just basically like the streak yesterday. You bet against over 300 on the number.
Gotcha. Yeah, Rod, a couple cappers go love that pick as well. He had him on the run line. Eric's taking him here on the money line. Just give everyone a quick buffer on what's the what give us the breakdown of the dime club real quick.
Yeah, basically, if you're a larger player and you're okay with not getting games on the website right up till game time. Matter of fact, while I'm talking to you, I won't show you that there is currently right now 62 subscribers in the Telegram channel. My business partner actually sent out 6 plays today, which is really rare. And Mitch and I have discussed this before. People always ask, what is the average amount of games per day? And I'm sure in your own personal handicapping and the other cappers that you had on, there is no amount. It's whatever your work is that you do. For whatever reason, these guys came with 6 plays today. Sometimes they'll have 1 play. Sometimes they'll have no plays. They are a little earlier today, maybe because it was Father's Day, but normally, especially Monday through Friday, you don't even get the games on Telegram till 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If all the games start at 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, you download Telegram Messenger on your phone, whether it's Google or an Android phone, and you basically get the feed. As we bet them, we send them out in real time. So again, it's not for everybody. Like Mitch said, you can call, you can inquire. It is definitely for clients that are not hyper focused on the short-term results of today, because again, the units are what matter over the course of the whole season. These professional bettors have winning seasons. They all have losing days. I think they went 1-2 yesterday on the Dime Club. They had a losing day. So what? Who cares? Like I said, I'm agnostic. I'm not emotional about it. But again, it's something that I think Mitch realized you just can't get these groups to put plays on the website 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock. And even my frustration, and I'm going to work really hard to get my premium plays up to, I mean, it's all documented, as you know, on the site. You could fade me and make a fortune right now. Pay me and fade me on the website. You'll make a fortune right now. Or it's about to turn. But I tell you, I will give all of you cappers fair credit for being able to handicap games early, because I have never done this and it's kicking me in the butt, and the ego is like, whoa, this is crazy. So pay me and fade me on pickdogs.com. That's and then if you want to get the later information, call the number for the Dime Club.
I think we just hit a marketing idea with the pay me and fade me clothing line at Pick Dogs. But
that's it.
Eric, appreciate you joining me on Sunday. Happy Father's Day. Enjoy your Sunday, and yeah, we'll catch you throughout the week, and we'll catch you on the weekend.
All right, you got it.
Take care, Eric. Have a good one.
All right, bye-bye.
Eric Pathy, love chatting with Eric. Always having a great time. And yeah, that Dime Club, definitely a great addition to Pick Dogs. Definitely something you want to check out if it's within your means, if you're a bigger bettor. It's definitely something that definitely want to take a look at. But without further ado, we'll get to my play, the last play of the day for the morning show. And I'm actually going to go back to the scene of the crime where Eric was yesterday. I'm going to go back to that Royals and Angels matchup. And, you know, I'm going to, if it's a trap line, I always say I hope they got a net that can hold a lot of weight, because I'm going to go into it hook, line, and sinker. I'm going to take the Angels here. I think the Angels know they let one slip away yesterday. I think we're getting a cheaper price because Tyler Anderson is on the mound for the Angels, and he hasn't been very good. I mean, look at his last 3 starts. He's given up 15 runs over 15 innings of work, a 9.0 ERA. And like I said, he just has not been anything special. Definitely not the pitcher that we saw win 15 games with a 2.57 ERA for the Dodgers last season. This has been closer to what we've seen from Anderson in the past. A guy with a high ERA in the high fours, sometimes low fives. So we're kind of getting what's to be expected for Tyler Anderson, but it doesn't change the fact that the Angels just have the much hotter lineup behind him. That's finding ways to win games. They're playing one of their best stretches of the season, and yeah, they let one slip away on Saturday, but going against Zach Greinke here, a pitcher who at times has really shown his age. The velocity is no longer there for Zach Greinke, and he's starting to get hit around at home, which is really the one place that Greinke has been, finding himself at least somewhat safe over the last year and a half since he rejoined Kansas City. And the thing for me is that the Royals against left-handed pitching have the biggest sample size of plate appearances in terms of at-bats against left-handed pitching, and they're still 27th in baseball in team OPS, 20th in isolated power against lefties. So I just think there's a spot where you just back the better team that's swinging the hotter bat. Like you talked about yesterday, a team like the Royals, they're not going to lose, 10, 15 games in a row all the time, but we got a win yesterday with the Royals. I think it's time a new losing streak starts. So I'm going to take the Angels here. I think it's still around -125, -130, and I think that's just the way I'm going to roll with it there. But for me, Pick Dogs Premium, got my $19 MLB pickoff play. A little bit of a cold streak with it, full transparency. But you know what? Just means that a new streak, a new hot streak is just around the corner. I'm really liking the plays I got on the board today. That $19 play also part of my MLB 3-pack for today's action as well. And I always talk about it. Long-term pass the way to go. Anywhere from a 3-day up to a year. Definitely a great value. And whether you pair me up with someone else, part of the 2-for-1 capper promotion, any of the great handicappers that you see on the show today, pair us up, and I promise you we'll make you guys some money. But appreciate you guys sticking with me throughout the show today on Sunday. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Appreciate each and every one of you for tuning in. Don't forget to smash that like button if you haven't already. Really helps us out a ton. Make sure you're subscribed. Tell everyone, tell your friends. And we'll see you guys throughout the week. We'll see you tomorrow morning on the morning show, and we'll have all of our game videos up for tomorrow as well, up later this afternoon. Thanks, everyone. Appreciate it. We'll see you guys soon. Take care. Let's crush the books on Sunday.